Right, so decided to start tea a little bit earlier than normal, but prepping everything up for when Sandra gets home from work. Oh, Rash. So tonight it's Friday, so we're having fish. So I've got some battered fish there, oopsie daisy, bit of a steam up from Lidl, and I'm doing some homemade chips. And you missed this the other night, that's why I decided to video this. So we've got some oil in the wok, and I love proper chips, proper homemade chips. So these potatoes have been peeled and sliced a few hours ago and chipped into chips. And I've also boiling up some fresh mussels in a bag with a garlic and butter sauce. So I know that's not everybody's cup of tea, mussels, but it's a sort of fishy Friday. Keeping away from the meat option today, going for the fish option. So I'm going to fry my chips until they are golden brown on the outside and nice and fluffy in the middle. I'm so fussy with chips. Those chip shop white, soggy, uncooked chips are revolting. And I'm also having on top of that mushy peas, and I'm going to do an instant, so sometimes do make a homemade, if I will do a parsley sauce one day, show you how to make homemade parsley sauce. But I'm just doing some instant parsley sauce with this as well. So yeah, Fish Friday. Hey, Rasha, what are you doing? These aren't cooked. These aren't cooked. And just because I can, I'm going to throw in 1, 2, 3, 4. Watch this if you've never seen these cooked. Treat myself some Chinese prawn crackers. Fresh. You can't get fresher than that. Oh, lovely. Freshly fried prawn crackers. And that is a proper cooked chip. Nice and brown and crispy on the outside. Look at this in the middle. Hang on. Oh. Look at that. Proper chips, proper homemade chips. Proper chips. Going to put some salt and vinegar on in a moment. Nice bit of cod with a parsley sauce, some mushy peas, and an amazing look at these here. Let me just look. Who just cannot love mussels? Ah. Oh. Absolutely gorgeous. So I've got a big bowl full of mussels as well, and everything's all prepped up for Sandra. So when Sandra gets home from work, just needs to heat up the oil, fry up some chips, and everything else can be warmed up in the microwave for her, because that's the way the mop flops. It's the morning after I cooked your tea last night.
We had a quiet night in, didn't we?
We did have a quiet night in, but I was showing people I was cooking your tea last night.
All right.
How was it?
It was all right.
Mussels?
Mussels, yeah.
Mussels? Yeah. Nice. Fine. Chips?
Did you tell people I still have to cook my own chips?
I can't pre-cook your chips for you. My chips need to be properly cooked. Yours were undercooked last night.
Well, if it was me, I'd cook them when you got home, but you know.
Well, I was hungry last night. I'd say I did have my tea early. It was about 4ish, to be honest.
You always do.
Really hungry. Right, so we're on Saturday, so we're now going to put up the Christmas tree. So we've had the Christmas lights, which we put up last weekend, and they've been going on each night since the 1st. Your reindeer is very wobbly.
Maybe his feet need adjusting so they're actually underneath. I don't know.
I don't know. I'll let you do that. I'll let you take care of Frank.
Need daylight. Frank?
Frank the reindeer.
Frank the reindeer?
Yeah, we called it Frank the reindeer on the last video.
Don't remember that.
Oh, okay. And we are going to put our tree up. So since Hannah left home, isn't it? We used to always have a real Christmas tree, and since Hannah left, and it's just us, we've gone back to a cheap artificial one.
Well, it's not so much that. It's just most of the time, a lot of the time, just me.
What do you mean just you? I've never been away at Christmas.
Not actual Christmas, but
I should have been away last Christmas. Well, I was going to come home for Christmas, but I should have been away for December. I was going to come home for a couple of days. But I'm home this Christmas. Anyway. Are you glad to see me, Sandra?
Always.
Always. Marvellous. So we're going to put the tree up. We're going to put a few decorations up, not OTT, a bit of tinsel around the mirror over the fireplace and things like that. And then I'm going to be pulling out our settee over here. Pulling that out, aren't we, today? In preparation.
You've lost me there.
What? Why did I lose you?
Tree's going over here.
I didn't say anything about the tree going there. I didn't say, so the tree's going to go there. Yeah, next to the fire and the log basket. But we need to pull out that settee after we've done that.
Yeah, you've lost me there.
What are we doing today?
Chopping logs, I thought.
No. Right, I need to get my list. Sandra's left a note. She wants her air conditioning doing in the middle of winter. It was frosty last night. Right, Sandra, things to do.
Battery,
right.
Air conditioning, make wine rack. That's on my list.
We have got on the list to do.
Cut up logs.
To cut up logs. Frank we've done, but what's this one in black here?
Your Christmas message.
Our Christmas message. So why are we going to need to pull the settee out?
Should we leave the viewers to guess?
Okay, if you know why, if you know why, I need to pull.
I do, if that's what you're doing.
You do, right? Okay. If you can guess, we will show you why we've pulled the settee out. If you can guess why I need to pull out the settee from there, comment below, and you will see shortly the reason why. Because I'll give a behind the scenes. But we need to do our Christmas message. We need to fill the log bags from the log store at the bottom of the garden, all the loft stuff, and we need a crap shop, but we're going to do that one night.
We need to do a back garden sweep if you're doing that.
Back garden sweep
for rasher remains.
Oh yeah, you can do that. Yeah, that's your job, your dog. And we're going to put the Christmas tree up and decorations up. So we'll put the Christmas tree decorations up, then we'll pull out the settee. Then we'll do what we need to do, and then before we put the settee back, we'll give the carpet a quick hoover as well. It's all got a bit dusty with all the boxes this week. Right, let's crack on. Get the festive things up and get into the Christmas spirit. We're going to the pub tonight.
No, I've got Christmas cards to write, Neil.
I've written mine.
I was at work.
Oh, okay, right, okay, right. We might go. Well, I go to the pub then. Right, yo, let's crack on. Diffusing it, right. Very festive, Sandra. And the most important Christmas tree of the year is this little fellow here, isn't it, Sandra? Somebody commented, how many times did I say Sandra on all of my videos? I always call you Sandra, don't I, Sandra? Sometimes, yeah. So I call Sandra, maybe when I'm trying to get her attention, because Sandra's her name, that's why I call her Sandra. Anyway, this little Christmas tree here is, it goes in the little room because it's a little Christmas tree. So yes, we have a Christmas tree in our toilet.
Jingle bell, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in one horse open sleigh.
I've had that fella for so many, like our Lee's 21. And I've had that since he was tiny. So that is probably more than 20 years old. Look at him. The sunlight is very, very bright. I'm sorry for the things being a bit out of focus. You didn't tell me you've been winning baubles and raffle prizes, Sandra. Look, I've got 20 mini baubles with a raffle ticket on it. Where's that come from?
The church fair last year. I missed the church fair this year because we were busy doing nail stuff this year.
Busy doing nail stuff? Rubbish. Right, I'm busy decorating the toilet Christmas tree at the moment. How exciting. You know when Christmas has started, when you've got a Christmas tree in your toilet and bathroom. Now, have you got a Christmas tree in your toilet and bathroom? If not, why not? Go on, put one in. Bit of cheer, you know.
So that's like that, and then we normally put some already. Should we put some on there?
No, we've got Christmas things on there. Let's carry on. We'll see what we've got left over.
That's too much.
You're scratching your belly button, Sandra. What are you doing? I've got a sticky out belly button, but you don't. But people don't know I've got a sticky out belly button.
You didn't warn me you were filming.
Looking very festive. Is that it? All done. Why haven't we got anything on top of the Christmas tree? Well, we need a.
It's not strong enough.
There we are. There you go.
It's a bit OTT.
Hey?
So. Why do you not like this one?
Right, what one?
This one.
What one? If it gives you pleasure, Sandra, if it gives you pleasure, do you like that?
Sure, Caden will like it.
Wonderful. There we are, those are. Still not happy why we haven't got anything on top of the very top here. We need. Hang on a minute. Ah, that feels better, Sandra. We've got a little fairy on the top of the Christmas tree now.
Great. Right. My glasses.
Right, so I normally vlog with a GoPro. So this is a Hero 10 that I'm on now. Prior to that it was a Hero 7 Black I'd had for many years. And I've also got a DJI action camera as well, which I've not used for a while since I got this GoPro. But this baby I love. It's just like a mirrorless little Canon. It's a few years old and maybe I'll replace it with something a little bit better. But for the next video we're going to be doing, I'm going to be using this camera, one of my posh tripods, my professional tripods. And if you look now, I'm starting to get some things out here. And basically, we're going to create a bit of a studio. She's come for an investigation. She's a bit confused where the settee's gone. Right, settee's out of the way. I've got two stands here now, so I'm just going to get those into position. Alright, so we do have this curtain here, which you'll have seen on things, so that's a bit of a divider, and it helps keep the living room a little bit warmer. Historically, we used to have an actual partition here, a glass partition with a door, but it was taken out years ago to make it more open plan. So that's why, yeah, that's why we had that curtain there. It just keeps things a little bit warmer and a bit more. What's the word?
I wish we still had the partition. I could have the telly on at night then.
Earphone sockets in the back of the telly. I fixed. Sorry you've not seen this week. I've fixed the television and it's all wired up properly now and all tuned in. I've done a few geeky things. Right. So we've now got a stand in our living room. It's very wonky, which I'm just going to go and level that up.
Right. Have you got any more clips? Like not between that and that. It'll help a little bit. What have you done to that? Putting dog hairs on it.
Right, so we're just seeing if we're both on screen, which we are. I think we need to go up a little bit. Just hang on a moment. I'm going to take the tripod up a midgie. Right, Sandra, we're all in pretty well in situ. Hang on, let's come here, show for a moment. We're all in pretty situ. What do we need to do next?
Get into disguise.
Disguise, because nobody's going to notice us, are they? Ho ho ho. So normally we do a Christmas message that goes up on my normal channel, and I didn't know whether this year to do 2 Christmas messages, one for the Campsite Warden channel, which has got more traction than my own channel, and maybe we could do a separate one on the other one. I was thinking about doing a Happy Christmas to Caden as a separate one. That could be quite good fun, wouldn't it? So we can do we've got no script, by the way, when you're watching this. So our Christmas video will probably go up tomorrow. So you'll get a little bit of a taste as to what we're recording. But it takes quite a bit of time to edit, because I need to do the green screen and these shadows at the back of us, whether we need to reshoot it. It's not complex, but I need to green screen a Christmas background. I've got some new Christmas music and things like that, which I want to do this year. I'm going to go a little bit more modern with the music.
Sounds ominous.
Yeah. But the minute I've got a shadow at the back of us, that can be quite hard to green screen out, but that's on this camera. Right, shall we get into uniform? Uniform? Outfit? Disguise. Let's go. Sandy, pull your pants up. Let me tell you, you look a bit of a weirdo, Sandra. At least nobody knows it's me.
Ho ho ho.
Ho ho ho. Right, okay.
This one. Or this is for a child, I think, really.
They look pretty well the same. I think you look more like an elf with that, but it's a bit higher. But try the other one on. It's a lot. Yeah, I think with the red on it. The problem we've got is with Sandra being dressed up as an elf. In fact, I know what we're going to have a problem here, because it's coming back to me. It's because we're green screening and she's green, it goes through, so I can't remember. This is me going a bit crazy now. I can't remember whether we ended up having to use the blue screen rather than the green screen. Anyway, we may need to we may need a blue screen rather than a green screen. We'll do some filming and see. So the other one with the red hat, with the red on it, that one.
Sorry? These are a bit trash, unfortunately. Not really.
Well, you had them on last year, but no, they look fine. They look fine, right? We may have to go and get my blue screen rather than the green screen. It's all coming back now. When Sandra's not been an elf, in other words, no green. Green screen's fine, but green, she's going to become invisible. Right, so we've just done a test recording, and I've absolutely got a hunch I'm going to need to put a blue screen on the back of here, and we forgot to put the microphone on. As well, so let's go and pull these files off and have a quick look on the laptop. Yes, Sandra became very transparent on the computer. You could see through her head and your body. You've completely transparentized. So we're right. So we're blue screening at the moment, and just going to reline and do a couple of quick tests for the audio and the blue screen effect. Yeah, dazzling, Sandra. You all happy? Little elfie. Right, so sorry, just doing a quick outtake. So myself and Sandra have just been doing our first and second take. So that's the, if you can see that or not. And I will insert in a moment, we got a knock on the door. Somebody was knocking on our front door. So Sandra went to go and answer the door, dressed as an elf. And there was what would you describe him as being? An ex-colleague who's a bit weird. That's how I'm going to describe him. And instead of phoning up to say he's coming, he just arrived for a chat, and he sort of looked at us and goes, is it a convenient time?
Are you busy?
Yeah, are you busy? So I then pop my head round
Yeah.
So I'd pop my head round the corner. So there's Sandra talking to me like dressed like that. I'd pop my head round and go, yes, we are busy. He says, I think I better phone next time, didn't he?
Yeah.
Right. So yeah. Anyway, I will insert a very quick clip, and you might hear the knock on the door if I remember. Right. So after all the excitement of all the video and our Christmas message, we're humping. What are you doing, Sandra?
Replenishing the wood store, ready for the week ahead.
It's all been well for the month ahead. So we're just filling up the log store we've got up near the back door. Then I'm going to be putting a couple of bags here. And a little bit more worrying, keep mentioning about logs. So next week I'm on the hunt for logs. I've got that whole area there now is empty, and that's a ton. That's a builder's bag of logs. We'll fill that, and I'm going to have the same capacity on this side once I've done what we're doing now. I've never been this low on logs ever before, but I mentioned before with Sandra, maybe next weekend we have got that pile to cut up, so you'll be surprised how much we'll get out there once that's all chainsawed. Right, so that's quite a big hole in there now. As I say, I've got to get all the logs. I normally carry, you've heard me say this before, 2 or 3 years in advance of wood, and that he's going to be lucky if he sees us over winter. But we have got quite a big pile there. Our lean-to store is now back full. That can come down. We didn't rush. And Sandra's busy filling up our other log store. This pile of wood here is all to cut as well for kindling. And
A lot of really good quality wood in this lot, you know, Neil.
yeah, there is. Are you happy with your log stacking, Sandra?
Very. Gotta admit, I'm good at it.
So that's all kindling.
I know it was hard to cut up, but that is really good quality hard wood in there. It lasts for ages when we're doing it.
Yep. This is crap. This is some conifer stuff we've got. It's really, it's evil that. But we'll just sometimes put a couple of bits of that on just to get a fire started. That's kindling. I've got 2 baskets of kindling in the
I think that was
kitchen.
ash. I think that's some beech. There's some really decent stuff in there.
I remember something. I've gone and fetched it and carried it all in. But that man in the van, it was tree up on Hilltop. Right. And that'll do as far as work goes.
This is a total aside, but do you remember that silver birch tree? There was quite a big one just up the road.
Right.
And rather than cutting it down, they just did that weird thing where they left all the tall branches and it looks a bit bobbins.
Right.
It seems to have gone all together.
Yeah.
I don't know when it went, but I realised when I took Rasha for a walk, it's not there anymore.
It's not there anymore. Right, we're going to finish this video off. So watch tomorrow and you can get our 2022 Christmas message will be up. We're just going to edit that, and it's not the best of the blue screen we've ended up with, but anyway, that's going to be done. We've done a little Christmas message to Caden, our grandson, which I'm going to put on my own channel, but I will lob that into a future clip and everything.
Neil, if you hadn't said that, I'm sure nobody would have noticed.
Well, they won't have noticed because it's not going on the Campsite Warden channel, it's going on the other channel, and most of the viewers here don't know about my other channel. But some do, and I know some do.
There you go then. Yeah.
Right, so should we wrap that off there and get these videos off, start rendering that, and all being well, it's Saturday, it's getting really late. Will I get this up tonight because it's 4 o'clock and I normally put a video up at R5 and I'm not even edited anything, and you're probably going to make me cook tea, aren't you, Sandra?
Make you? Oh. I've never ever made you do anything, Neil.
All the time. I've no idea how lucky she's on me. So I'm going to get these video files going, and then I'm going to cook us a really nice spag bowl for tea. How will that do?
Run up with the dog and get up to the shop before that closes as well.
Rightio, guys, look after yourselves, and that includes yourself, yourself, and yourself. And don't forget, if you've not done so, there's a subscription button down there and bell and things like that. Take it easy, look after yourselves, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. You talked over